In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the front brakes on your Chevy Silverado. This will be located behind the front wheel. Let's get started. Using a 22mm socket, remove the 6 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Using a 19mm socket, remove the caliper bolts. Get them both loose before you remove them. Using a flat blade screwdriver, we're going to pry the caliper back. We're going to use a hook, hang it off the control arm, and we're going to put our caliper on that hook so there's no tension sitting on our brake hose. Remove the pads from the bracket. Using an 18mm socket, remove the caliper bracket bolts. Remove the caliper bracket. Remove the shims from the caliper bracket. Pull out the pins. This pin is all rusted and corroded inside of this caliper. This is stemming from the boot being ripped. If you have a ripped boot like this and a pin that looks like this, you'll either have to get a boot kit and replace the boot, clean the pin, and also clean inside of here, and then re-lube everything, or buy a new caliper. We're going to be using a new caliper. We're going to use some silicone paste on these. Install it back in, work it around, make sure the pin moves freely. Do the same thing on the other one. I'm going to put a light skim coat of caliper grease on the valleys where our tins are going to sit. Do this on both sides. Using a clean rag, wipe the insides so when we install this we don't get grease on our rotors. Install the shims. Remove the rotor. Using a wire brush, clean the hub. Using some parts cleaner, we're going to clean the backside. Wipe it down with a clean rag. Flip the rotor over. Do the same thing on the front side. Before installing the caliper bolts, we're going to clean them with a wire wheel, clean off this old thread locker, and put some new thread locker on. Install the caliper bracket. Install the caliper bolts with the new thread locker on them. Torque the caliper bracket bolts to 170 foot-pounds. Install the brake pads. Be sure that the squealer tab is on bottom. Using a large pair of pliers or a caliper pushback tool, push the pistons back on the caliper. You can use an old brake pad to push them both in at the same time. Get the wrench around it. Pull the caliper off of the hook. Install it onto the bracket. Get the bolt started. Torque the caliper bolts to 74 foot-pounds. Our top bolt's spinning, so we're going to use a 19mm wrench to hold the inner while we torque the outer. If you used a hook, go ahead and remove that now. Install the wheel. Get the lug nuts started. Snug the lug nuts down. Torque the lug nuts in a star pattern to 140 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.